Hello, this tutorial shows how to license the virtual CODESYS runtime on a WAGO Edge computer. Unlike WAGO controllers, WAGO Edge computers do not include a CODESYS license in the purchase price, nor is one pre-installed. A CODESYS license must therefore be activated separately, and this tutorial explains how to do that. CODESYS offers licenses with different feature sets and performance levels. The exact license required for a specific project can be determined directly within CODESYS. From the device menu, we connect to the virtual PLC. The fact that a license is required is indicated in the log messages. To do this, the connection to the Docker container within the Deploy Control SL tool must be active and the CODESYS instance must be running. The log output now shows that the system is operating in demo mode and that no runtime license is available. To determine exactly which license is required, use the software metrics for license determination section further down. There are two options available. Either read the metrics directly from the VPLC or determine the required license scope based on the application code. The list below then displays the quantities and metrics relevant for license calculation. Selecting Show License displays the minimum license required. Depending on the expected future changes or extensions to the application, it may be advisable to select the next larger license model instead. So we now know which license we need to purchase. With the license certificate, we receive a ticket number, which can then be used to activate the license on our device. There are several ways to make a license available to an edge computer. For example, the license can be provided via the network through the engineering workstation, directly on the controller, and there are also different activation methods available. In this tutorial, however, we will focus on two commonly used approaches. These methods clearly demonstrate the general licensing mechanism and allow us to explain typical challenges that may arise. The first option uses a USB dongle. With this method, in addition to the license itself, a CODESYS USB dongle must also be purchased from CODESYS. This option is often used when software needs to be tested and developed across multiple systems. The license is not tied to a specific device and can easily be transferred from one system to another. However, in a production environment, this can also be considered a disadvantage, as the dongle, and therefore the license, can simply be removed. For that reason, we will also demonstrate how to transfer the license directly to the edge computer using a soft container, which is generally the more secure option for production systems. As a general requirement, the CODESYS license server for Linux SL plugin must be installed, and an internet connection is required. CODESYS provides a ticket number which must be activated online to activate the license. Let's start with the USB dongle method. The prerequisites are, as already mentioned, a USB dongle called CODESYS key and a valid license. CODESYS provides a dedicated website for transferring licenses to a dongle. The link can be found in the video description. Naturally, the dongle must be connected to the PC before the transfer can be performed. When purchasing the license, we receive a ticket number. We copy this ticket number and enter it on the activation website. After selecting Next, the ticket number is validated and the assigned license is displayed. The license status is currently shown as available, which is why the button for transferring the license to the dongle is displayed at the bottom of the page. Next, we select the dongle as the target device. The other available options are intended for activating the license directly on the engineering workstation. Here, we select the USB dongle using its serial number. The serial number is printed on the dongle itself, among other locations. We then start the license activation process. We now have a dongle containing an activated license and connected to the edge computer. The license stored on the dongle is detected automatically. The log output now confirms that a licensed runtime is available. Within the CODESYS License Manager, the active dongle is also displayed. You can also see that the license stored on the dongle is actually a license package consisting of multiple individual licenses that cover the different license-relevant functional areas. That completes the USB dongle method. Next, we will activate the license directly on the edge computer without using a USB dongle. In CODESYS, this method is referred to as a soft container. The prerequisite is once again the CODESYS license server for Linux SL plugin. Once the plugin has been installed and a CODESYS instance has been deployed on the edge computer, an additional menu called CODESYS WBM becomes available within the edge computer's web-based management interface. This menu allows the license to be transferred directly to the edge computer. The company code is already entered here. The serial number of the CODESYS instance can be found further down in this page. Simply copy and paste it into the appropriate field. The ticket number was provided when the license was purchased. We enter it here and activate the license. Returning to the CODESYS License Manager, we can now see this license listed as an active license as well. The log messages also confirm that a valid license is present. These are just two methods that have proven particularly practical in real-world applications. We have only demonstrated the activation process here. Backing up licenses, reactivating licenses, and so on are also possible. For these topics, we recommend consulting the official CODESYS documentation. A link is provided in the video description. Finally, a note regarding license management. Although CODESYS licenses for virtual runtimes can be provided across a network for different instances, licenses cannot simply be transferred from one device to another. To do so, a support request must be submitted to CODESYS so that the license can be reset. It is also important to understand that a license that has been reset can no longer be activated on the same serial number. For example, if a license was activated on a USB dongle and later reset by CODESYS, that same license cannot be activated again on that particular dongle. The same rule applies when a license has been activated on an edge computer through the web-based management interface. However, in that case, it is possible to install a new virtual runtime instance, which will generate a different serial number and therefore allow the license to be activated again. That brings us to the end of this tutorial on activating a CODESYS license on a WAGO edge computer. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and contact the WAGO Support Center if you have any further questions.